Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. Not sure what to expect from this, to be honest, but I'll give it a shot and we'll see how it turns out. I've been encouraged for years by my friends to start a channel, since I'm always sharing photo documentations of my crafts projects, so here I am, part of the community at last. I always turn to YouTube myself for knowledge and inspiration, so it's nice to finally be here and give a little bit back to the community I have learned from, apart from talking to craftspeople I know, of course. I am a Swedish, for the most part self-taught craftsman, not a master in any area but skilled in several. It's never been my way to pursue masterhood in one craft. I prefer to handle many different crafts and materials, but I do have the highest respect for people who do choose to focus on one area of expertise. I know several of them and I learn a lot from them. I would also like to give shout-outs to the YouTubers I subscribe to and learn from, but being poorly prepared as usual, I don't have a list of the ones I want to mention today, so I'll get back to that in a later video. I will, for the most part, focus on posting crafts videos on this channel, but not exclusively. Me and my girlfriend are tenants on a farm, and apart from being craftspeople and having workshops for different techniques, we also grow a lot of crops and we keep chickens for meat and eggs, and we are very interested in pursuing a greener lifestyle, more self-sufficient and a little bit detached from the grid, perhaps, if not totally off. So food preparation and homesteading and stuff like that might also turn up on the channel, but the main focus will be crafts videos. Before COVID-19 I was mostly working with leather. I've been doing that maybe 15-20 years, and I had my main income from going to historical markets in the summer times, selling my leather stuff. But after 2 years of no markets to attend, I've had to focus on other ways to earn income, and yeah, woodworking and carpentry has been the way for me. Already before COVID struck, I had started to educate myself with a lot with the help of YouTube channels in traditional carpentry skills with hand tools. I also use power tools, but I prefer hand tools usually. So there will be a lot of carpentry videos, I suspect, but maybe a little bit of leather work, and I also have a forge, so we might do some blacksmithing. Sometimes I combine it if I need hinges or stuff for commissionary work like chests or doors or stuff, then I make the iron fittings myself sometimes, so there might be some of that as well. The first videos will be about the renovation of the garage that I use as a woodworking shop that I'm currently standing in. Built in the 60s, right into a slope, it has been effectively rotting from the day it was built. And it's been worse over the years. I moved here maybe 20 years ago and it was bad when I came here. Because it's surrounded by sand and soil and wild compost from all the big trees surrounding it on 3 out of 4 sides, and the walls and the floor had been rotting, and the roof was leaking, so I finally couldn't ignore it anymore, so I started fixing it up. Started a couple of weeks ago, and I insulated this time also, so I can work conveniently here in the winter times, which will be a great improvement since I am gonna rely more and more on woodworking for my income. And I have a nice new flat floor now, so I don't have to trip on the uneven floor planks or having trouble putting my machines evenly, so that will be a new thing for me. Really nice. Yeah, I started filming yesterday in the middle of the project when I started putting the panel up. So I will include some snapshots from the start of this project with voiceover, just to bring you up to speed on where I started and where I'm at now. So feel free to watch the video, enjoy it, give me a thumbs up if you like it, and comment if you want to, and above all, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on new videos, and I hope to see you later on. I will take you through a couple of my former projects, mostly carpentry projects, to give you an idea of who I am and what I do. Like this Moravian-inspired workbench I recently finished for myself. Very happy with that. And here's a bookcase I made for one of our rooms, at the same time as we opened up a storage closet and turned it into a guest bed. So that's now one of the nicest rooms in the house. Very cool. And this is an old 1920s door I renovated for an elderly couple. And here are some pictures from the forge when I made the steel fittings for the doors when we renovated the old pigsty and turned it into a chicken house. So here's the doors in place with the steel fittings in working order. This is a knockdown table for one of our neighbors who's a stonemason. And here's another knockdown table for another friend who attends Viking markets. And I also made a knockdown medieval inspired bed for me and my girlfriend for when we go to festivals. Here's some more forging pictures when I made handles for small chests inspired by 13th century chests. This one is for our battery that we use when we are out in tents. And there's a bigger version of that one. And I also made one adapted to work as a sofa table for one of our friends. Nice one as well. Here's our new greenhouse with a door that I made and also a supporting frame inside to carry the weight of the snow. And for the fencing around it I made some cool looking garden gates and also the locking mechanism on that one. Here are some pictures from when I made the panel door for a bedroom. One of the nicest doors in some aspects that I have done so far. Totally plain by hand and looks very good in place. Happy with that one. Here's another door I made for a friend who built a cool earth cellar and he wanted a Viking inspired door, so I made that for him. I also made the steel fittings and the locking mechanism and carved it quite elaborately. He was very happy with it. And this is a duck house. Some of our friends recently acquired some ducks. Turned out quite cute. So that's a little bit of what I've done. This is how the renovation project started. I tore out the floor and I tore down the walls. Everything was rotten because of all the soil and compost material that had gathered around the garage for a long time. So I had to dig quite extensively to get it free on all the sides, and it took me several days to do that. And then I extended the building a bit, so I had a slightly bigger workshop in the end. And when I started filming, I had already been in the process of rebuilding it for a while, so the floor was already done and I had started putting the paneling up on the outside. So that's where we will go from now.